today I have for you the king of Call of Duty's M15 build, optic Scumps, and it's not what you think. This is a public match build, and it's genuinely one of the best ones that you can possibly use. You got so much ammo, you're going to be off the radar. It led me to get over 100 kills, and if you do want to use a competitive version, I'll be giving you that as well. For the perks, I found that this is going to be the best combo if you're going for nukes, although the lightweight pisses me off. The nades in this game piss me off, and flat jacket's a great counter, and you'll see in the gameplay that I was getting nades up my ass. So unbelievably annoying, so you might want to do that. But overall, so we're going to be using a gunfighter build. That's Scump's build. The competitive build is just 5 attachments, but to stay on topic, we're going to be first going over the 8 attachment. And I don't know if he knows how to build good builds. So he was using the fusion barrel, which increases the damage range and the ball velocity. The ball velocity is helpful because the higher the ball velocity, the more hit scan range you have. So the second you pull the trigger, the bullet is going to hit the enemy at certain ranges. To figure that out, you basically divide the ball velocity by 2. And so then in this case, it's going to be hit scan up to about 43 meters. The biggest gunfight you're going to be in is like 45-50 meters on multiplayers. So with his build, you never need to lead any shots. But I kind of recommend the bow and barrel so you increase the damage range more. So then the damage fall off isn't crazy. You can extend that 4-shot kill range with this barrel, but the trade-off is that you don't have as much bow velocity, so you might need to lead your shots a little bit, although I didn't notice anything. Maybe if you're on a bad ping, then that's going to be helpful, but most of us have like 20 ping and below to where I feel like the bow one's better, but you know, Scump is using the fusion barrel. By the way, if you want every camo in Black Ops 7, make sure you check out my long-term sponsor, Guapsi. This is a group of people who will legitimately grind your account to unlock anything you want. This goes for all the master camos, iridescent, like actually anything, and they don't break TOS or play with cheaters, so there's absolutely no risk of being banned. I've worked with them for the past 3 years and haven't seen a single negative review, and so if you want all the mastery camos or iridescent rank risk-free, make sure you check out guapsi.com. I'll have their link down in the description. For the muzzle, then, he's actually going to be using the monolithic suppressor, and I was always kind of against the suppressor because I felt like with the bow and barrel and some other attachments, you can get enough range on your weapon to where you don't need to slow down the ADS speed. Right here, it's slowing it down by 22%, which is kind of annoying, and you can really notice it. So the build is a little bit slower, but now our ball velocity is going to be over 1,000. So then we have hit scan past 50 meters, which you're not going to really get into gunfights at 50 meters consistently. And then the damage range now is going to be doing 22 damage up to 36 meters, which is pretty good. But say we were to use the bow and barrel, the ball velocity would be 45 meters and the damage range would be 41. So then you'd be having basically no damage drop off and hit scan for every gunfight. So that's why I think the bow one is a lot better, but it's Scump, so we're going to be using his build. For the underbarrel, he is going to be adding the iron hold angled grip. This can increase the aiming idle stability, so then when you are ADS, your sights aren't going to sway, making it a lot easier to actually center and stay on target. And then also when you do strafe, it's not going to bounce. Since we are using the iron sights, got to make sure they don't bounce. This is going to remove that bounce as well as add a little bit of horizontal recoil control. You guys can see that there's 50% less sway and about a nice little 7% horizontal recoil control onto there, making this weapon extremely easy to use. And there's no vertical, there's only horizontal, so that's going to help out. Now he is using the 60 round mag because it is pubs, and this was super helpful when I was going for the 100 kills, and this just helped me spawn trap. And I wish I actually had even more ammo, but we're losing our ADS speed, our reload quickness, and our sprint to fire speed. So you might want to use the fast hands, but the vigilance perk, that one zooms out the minimap a lot and it makes it really easy to figure out where people are at, but then you can't use fast hands, so that's kind of the drawback of it. And we are losing a little bit of our sprint to fire speed, but that part doesn't really matter too much because that only applies to like if you hit fire. Just overall though, definitely a little bit of a slower build, but if you can get the enemies to push you, you're going to win every gunfight. And then for the rear grip, we are using the mobile quick draw grip. This can increase that slide to fire speed, that dive to fire speed, as well as make the weapon a little bit snappier, bringing up a lot of the cons of the other attachments. Although in this case, because the ADS speed's so slow, I would typically use the paragrind, I think that's how you say it, just to make the weapon as snappy as possible since it's already pretty heavy. Although now when you do slide into a gunfight, you're not going to have the delay whatsoever. Then for the stock, to make ourselves a more difficult target to hit and make it easier to stay on target because you're activating the rotational aim assist, you really need to do so because there's not that much aim assist in the game. You want to use the wander. That's going to increase that strafe speed by 22%. So you're 22% more difficult to hit from the enemies as long as you're strafing in that gunfight. Then for the fire mods, we're going to be going over here and we're going to be using the overpressured rounds or the buffer springs. I recommend the buffer springs because the ball velocity is already over 1,000. Like this would only help you in the engagements that you're at like 60+ meters. I just don't know what he was using at the end. Like I had to go like full detective mode to figure out what this was when he was using it, the way he reloaded, how the grip looked, how the underbarrel. I had to count the barrels, like the little holes on the barrel. Like I had to go full detective. I couldn't figure out what the fire model was, but I'm assuming it's probably the recoil springs, just because there's not really any vertical recoil control on the weapon. But now that would give us that vertical recoil control. And so right here, it's going to be the full Scump build. We do have an extra attachment. He never uses lasers. I didn't see him using a laser in the game, and he wasn't using an optic. But if you were to rock a laser, I would definitely use this one, the one that is the lockstep, because this one is a blue laser from my knowledge, and it increases your hip fire to ADS accuracy, which actually makes it so you have a faster ADS speed. So yes, the gun ADS is slower, but then this makes it, you can kind of like pre-fire your shots. Like see how I'm not fully ADS, but then it gives me that, and you can't see the laser. Like if you can't see it, the enemies aren't going to see it. And so there's really no drawbacks whatsoever to the laser. I would definitely rock that on there. I just didn't see him using a laser on his gun when I was looking at the animations and things. So what I honestly recommend is going to be this one. If you want to use an optic, take off the laser for the optic, but right here is a incredible build. Now for the competitive build, he didn't show what he was using, but what a lot of the pros are using is going to be the compensator, which they might actually ban people from using the compensator, but then you want to take off the overpressured. And then I believe that they probably in this case have the bow and barrel on there, since the bow velocity is already pretty good and they need to make sure that they don't have crazy damage fall off. And they got the wander stock onto the weapon. And so right here is going to be a very good competitive build. And what I was seeing people use if they have like a sight on their weapon was maybe no muzzle or no underbarrel. There's still like so many variations, but this is like the common one that I saw a lot of the pros using. In the future, I'll probably do maybe Merc's build, a player who's new to optic that won the COD champs. And I know a lot of people would probably like to see that, but right there, very popular build. You could even take off the elo and then go over here and add the overpressured rounds. Now you have hit scan and maximum damage range, but then you just got to use the iron sights and stuff. But a couple variations, don't really think about it. The gun's already good how it is, but all that yapping out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Scump is good at making classes. I know it's a hot take, but I don't think he's good at making classes. I would explain it, but like you don't need this much. Never mind, I'm lying. He's the GOAT. Anyways, you don't need this much bolt velocity on your gun. I promise you, you'd get more effectiveness. Have some nice damage range. No, I've yet to actually get a nuke on this map though. I even really get this map ever. I know there's a guy behind me. I see my teammate. He's gonna die though, and then you know what? We're gonna clean that one up. He died for me. He literally died so I can get the kill. Easy. Bro, this thing's incredible. I almost died from him. I shouldn't be challenging this. Oh, dude. The amount of times I've done that. Not on this game, just on like Black Ops 2. Any other game. I'm trying to slide and just half the time I can't slide. I know I look like a bot. And you know, it's sometimes because I am a bot. It's my first game on of the day. A little bit rusty. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the enemies too. There's sometimes where they spawn inside me. Like, I thought the first time I would get violated is like hanging out with my uncle. No, it was just playing Call of Duty. Like, what the fuck? This is what I'm saying, bro. He's trying to put it. Bro, I literally fucking wall jumped. You probably can't wall jump there, but you know what? It was good that we tried that, so now we know, and now you know you can't be wall jumping. You can't wall jump a rock. Bro, you got a harp on me? You know what? I'm still gonna get this nuke though.
Hardpoint located. Enemy CUAV established overhead. Enemy UAV detected. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hostiles are pulling ahead.
What the fuck was that? What was the purpose of that? Okay, we got to keep on going. We're on a nice little streak. We're about to get a harp. We gotta nuke the pro. Bro, fuck you, Knuckles. Bro, this map is incredible. I love this map. Bro, I hate when you're trying to slide the like. Okay, this game at times it feels like I'm playing like a Tony Hawk game. And I'll do like a crazy movement, and I think I'll be good, and then I just hit a nice little, stupid little barrel, and I just freeze. I know they spawn behind that. Oh, they're over there now. Okay, you know what? This might flip spawns or do something weird, but hopefully not. Well, I did not expect that guy to run at me. We're gonna go hit this top area. I see him in the distance. See one a little bit closer. They don't know that we're actually behind them. This is gonna be easy. Boom. Boom. I think they're still gonna be spawning behind that. Just gotta watch out. One just spotted us. So I think we push back a little bit. Be a little bit unpredictable with him. Let's use scalpels. All we gotta do is figure out where these enemies are at. And then we just play off them and we're good to go. Chuck a nice little nade in there. I think he's on the bottom though. Yeah, he's over. Just gotta be very careful when we do that because the sides of the like over here they can just fucking shit on you from the back. Or they're gonna be. I know they're both below me at the moment, but I don't know if there's someone. But there's times where they're just sneaky, bro. They just come up behind you. They got daddy. You don't even hear them. But it seems like they're all really pushed in the middle. Teammates are getting a decent amount of kills. Bada boom. Get that drone out of here. I still get mad at the drones, but I'm trying to just accept that they're in the game. Dude, I literally see on the minimap, I see my teammate. So I didn't think that was an enemy. And I think he has ghosts, so like he didn't pop up with the heart. That's freaky. Bro, I love this map. Please call me shut up. What the fuck you? Just use this little height advantage up here. Boom. Let them run into us. The teammates are actually really holding down everything perfectly. Bro, okay, this class, it's super good. But also, this gun is just super good. So it doesn't even matter what you use. You're going to be popping off with it. Should have naded that way left. I only have 11 shots at the moment. I'm about to get actually another harp. I seen you get a couple kills with the hand cannon. That's kind of why I don't mind using the hand cannon. Because I always run out of ammo in this game. I should just use scavenger. No, bro, I didn't see. It just took a little bit too long. Little bot, Simmy's going up top. We do have the harp. I think in that situation, I literally have to hop on the point. Just go for the feed. And just really put my dick out there or some shit. Get them on the right. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. Gotta take advantage of this harp. Gotta keep on pushing. Wait. I don't even think he meant to kill me. Dude, we had it. I think we can definitely get something in this game. Honestly, not bad if he's sitting back there. Like, I'm perfectly fine with him sitting there. But it's like such free kills that it's hard for me to turn up on. Teammate got every kill over there. I just fucked up. Oh my god. Bro, give me a 24/7 of this playlist. Teammates watching left. No, we literally had it. You see the guy on the left? Fuck, dude. It was so close. Bro, there's sometimes in this game where you just die in like a blink of an eye and you just don't even realize. You're like, wait, what? What just murdered me like that? I don't even understand. Just gonna flip up behind them. I think this is actually the play. You just go into their spawn and then just come up behind them. Oh, is he on the left? Is he in our spawn? Yeah, he's in our spawn. crazy timing. I like when the drones blow each other up.
Hostile UAV established above. Underway on Bravo.
Bro, so incredible. You know what I think is better? I kind of like just going for a bunch of kills. And then if I get the nuke, I get the nuke. But I think it's a little bit more fun to watch someone get a bunch of kills and not really care about their life as much, rather than a little nuke animation at the end. I think the nuke is cool, but it's like you gotta play aggressive, but you also gotta play like slow at the same time. Fuck, dude, JP. See right there, if I was going for the nuke, I would have played a little bit slower. Really let him push me, but I'm trying to see if I can put them into spawn traps, and then boom, they kind of see you. Oh, imagine if there was like a challenge in the game where you gotta shoot the hypnosises, because they do explode when you shoot them.
Locking down Charlie. We're down, but not out. Black Ops. Time to get cover.
Bro, wow, it just keeps on going, and they just really keep spawning their teammates. Bro, we can actually win this if we just capture C.
Taking C. Securing Charlie.
No, dude, I think I have to use flat jacket. I don't want to, but I think it's a must. Like,
Securing C.
fuck, dude, we're gonna lose this game too, unless we can capture this, but I don't think we are. We got 94 kills. Come on, dude. Teammates, all we got to do is capture one of them. All we got to do is capture it. No, we're not gonna get it. Fuck. 97 kills. Okay, it wasn't a nuke. I always try to get one. I have a lot of them. Last few videos, I've had a nuke every single time. I gotta keep this. I'm not throwing this away. 97 and 15. Not that many. Like, I could have got over 100 kills if I just... That's what we gotta do. We gotta play hyper aggressive. If we get the nuke, we get the nuke. But I think the 100 kill gameplays are so much better. And if you can get the nuke in there, bro, that's like a flan. That's like a perfect flan. Wow, dude. If you did enjoy, you want to see more like this, subscribe, drop a like. Deuces.